Anything you say and will say can and will be used against you in a court of misery, where I will be your judge and
I can
executioner.
hear that through everything.
Anyway,
So that's the secret to drawing everybody back, is to post something ridiculous, like some British
No,
pop
literally the
shit.
recording thing just
I
plays
know,
through
but it made
everything.
Misery come
Oh,
back.
wait, you had everything muted and it still made sound?
Yeah.
That's interesting, okay.
so now I have a way to annoy everybody.
Even if they're fucking muted.
Yay. Oh, that's fucking lovely.
I've got a permaban button.
I've got him shot.
Look, I'm just saying, Quaddle, even if you permaban him, he will win in the end.
He'll just change his fucking IP, pop back
Yeah,
on
I
and
know,
do
but
it.
like, I've got enough patience to ban all of his attempts
But you're not
until he
banning
gives
all
up.
of his IP.
No, in the court
I
of
got
law...
it.
I mean, I literally have to
lose,
press a
Quaddle.
button and it changes
I
my
know.
IP, but...
I also have to literally press a button and that permabans you. It'll be a long fight.
Clearly, both of you guys need to make bots at this point. Because,
I'd set up auto hotkey to just like randomly keep logging on and poking Quaddle.
just keep on poking Quaddle. User in your channel has begun recording. Whatever the fuck it says.
It doesn't work that way.
Whatever.
You're stupid and should feel stupid.
Oh, that's
Sure.
mean.
I'm going to go
Jeez,
kill
Quaddle.
myself now.
Good.
Oh, do it. You have to play D&D with
Do it
us.
faster.
Alright,
going to the
so
end.
previously in the Princes of the Apocalypse campaign,
Everybody died.
wish you guys got into a fight with a demon on the streets of Waterdeep.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Also, as you guys returned to the inn, Rain had discovered that he had a scaly new baby.
Yeah, that's
That's what
right.
we'll
Maybe.
Oh, fuck.
Uh-huh.
I killed the dragon. Also,
Oh,
I got better
baby.
from being dead.
As you enter
I
your
heard
room
maybe.
upon this night, Uther, you hear a few crunches as you step in. And you look towards, you see the egg cracked on the floor. Part of the eggshell remains, but there is a little silver whelpling sitting there and it's chewing on pieces of the eggshell.
Oh no. Yes.
It just got expensive, didn't it?
I go in and just shut the door.
Alright. You shut the door.
I killed the whelpling. I
It
killed
turns
the
its head towards you. Little eyes filled with curiosity. But right now it just seems more and focused on trying to eat the pieces of its shell.
Is it in its chest? Did it open the chest from the inside?
For the most part, you see that the chest hasn't exactly been opened. There's been part of it that's been kind of snapped open from the side. You can see little broken splinters where it's kind of forced part of the chest open.
I'll like open up the lid of the chest so that he not confined.
Alright. So you open it up. It kind of stretches its wings out a little bit. It sets its claws on the side and it grabs part of the shell and attempts to pull itself out of the chest.
I just like let it do its thing for a second. Green's a little overwhelmed.
It eventually does manage to pull most of its shell out of the box, and it just like slowly starts dragging the shell underneath your bed. And you see it, once it gets its shell under there, it goes back into the chest and starts grabbing up the little pieces of the shell that's broken off. And he starts stacking up a little pile. And when he's done with that, he starts exploring the room. He like digs into like behind the dresser and he finds like a little silver coin. And he walks back and adds it to his pile.
Wasn't there a pile of money that you put in there with
Oh
it?
yeah, so in the chest.
He also grabs most of the money he can find in the chest and he slowly starts building up a pile underneath the bed.
Oh no, a little bit. If he starts taking stuff out of the chest, like I try to put the chest like in a corner, and I'm going to make a dark little hole and
Roll
try
for
to
initiative.
get him to understand that like this, like he doesn't need to be under the bed. Because how big is this thing? Like the size of a cat or larger?
Yeah, right now it's about the size. It's not quite the full size of a cat right now. It's almost a kitten, almost in size actually. A lot tinier than you would imagine it would be.
I just kind of look at it and do you understand me at all?
It kind of tilts its head to the side and looks at you quizzically, and then looks back towards the coins inside the chest and kind of struggles against your grip for a little bit and just gives up.
But not no draconic. I have no idea.
How to train your dragon.
Yeah, seriously. Was
You
there a
hold it
football?
for a couple of minutes, and it just starts peeing.
Oh god. Getting worse. I pressed the digitation, the mess like under the bed.
Okay.
Or like clean it up or whatever.
It just evaporates and disappears with it.
I take some platinum coin. I'm gonna take like a platinum coin out of the chest. And I'm gonna use like a candle to heat it up until it's like pliable.
That's
see it
really,
be-
really, really hot.
That
Oh,
would be
yeah.
very, very hot. And does a platinum actually ignite?
I will do it with a gold piece then, because that would not be nearly as hot.
I don't think that at a candle temp that you would be able to
Like
ignite
3,000
platinum.
Fahrenheit or something ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not gonna
I'm-
at a candle temp, I would imagine.
Not tungsten, but
But-
it's
Oh
crazy.
God,
But
sorry.
no,
I'm a little off right now.
you take a little gold coin, you start heating it up. It kind of snorts away at it, and as you heat it up, it kind of opens its mouth and breathes on the gold coin and cools it down.
I did not know there were frost dragons. I thought they were lightning. I just kind of like try to offer him the gold coin back.
It takes the gold coin in its mouth and just holds it there.
I think you're being bested by a cat dragon.
Yes.
I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts.
Alright.
Juice, 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 juice.
Freeze all Jews?
At the moment,
It's
you
just
cast
rage
Detect
going.
Thoughts. You don't actually detect any worded thoughts.
Bless you.
Bless me. What you get from it is just kind of images. You get the sense of curiosity. You get the sense of not extreme but slight hunger. You get the sense of the candlelight was kind of very interesting, at the same time frightening, because it's the only light he has ever seen in his life so far.
It's a fucking moth.
You're a fucking moth.
I
Why are
I
we fucking
snuffed it out.
moths?
think I'll snuff out the candle.
Okay, and snuffs out the candle. It's gone. Suddenly there's just surprise in the young dragling, confusion, and then somewhat sadness that the light is gone. He never got to explore it.
You'll have time. My name is Reen. I'm here to help you in the best way that I can.
It kind of looks up to you. You can tell it doesn't understand anything you're saying. Fact is, you make noises, it attempts to chirp back at you.
So
It is a
it
moth.
probably doesn't understand any language. It's not old enough to start. I use message to, just to tell it that same sentence, that my name's Rain and I'm here to help.
It kind of tilts its head to the side and looks at you and chirps some more.
Right, well, probably should get you some food then, huh?
Still looking at you quizzically.
I would message Johnny, but he just went AFK. So I will message the person that was actually helping me carry this instead.
Oh god.
Oh god.
I message Rhaegar.
Oh
Like, hey,
god.
Uh-oh.
small little thing. The dragon's no longer in its shell. Could you meet me in my room? Bring small cuts of meat. That room.
For the first 5 seconds, Rhaegar looks around. Oh, wait. Oh,
God damn it.
Shit. And then I'll proceed down and get meats from the innkeep if possible.
I was hoping you'd go out and like skin a hobo or something.
That would be Kane morality at work there.
No, fuck you. I haven't skinned anybody yet. Get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
but it's very much of I do what I want.
God. Yeah, I'm the only morality option you've gotten so far. Better
Yeah,
go
I know we
skin that
haven't
hobo
found that
slut.
human skin book yet. This is the innkeeper charge me for slice o meat.
As you you go downstairs, it's still pretty much the middle of the night. There's someone keeping watch at the table, and like you see another bartender has come up and he just kind of stares at you with wide eyes. You go down, he's like, there's been a lot of noise, is everything alright?
I go up to him, get too close, eyes nice and wide, and then go, meat. Need meat. Need some meat.
You need meat.
Unblinking.
Mark for context, Wendy's.
We have some leftover soup that
No,
we
I need the meats.
meats. He kind of looks at the bartender. I think we have some meat in the cellar around back. You could you please go grab some for our
Hold out
friend
my
here?
hand. Key.
He looks back. Oh, we can't let you. We'll send someone to go get some meat for you.
My eyes get a little wider. Meats.
He hands you the key. Just don't hurt me.
Like, I
What
kind
are
of
you?
picturing Alaku's character as super fucking strung out on something, like either high or
He's not
fucking just...
exhausted, but let's be fair. He fought a fire demon in the fucking alleyway.
Yeah, you probably were fucking token on the way back. Let's not lie. Like, you're
I
just fucking
almost
wide-eyed.
I literally almost self-detonated a nuclear bomb while on top of it.
I mean, you tried to.
I'm still throwing it out there. My character was invisible when you threw that shit at me.
I threw it above
The
general-
demon.
The
You
general
threw it at the
position
demon.
above.
Well,
So,
no, because
I mean, it
later
would've
it was
killed
like
your
somebody was
character,
like,
but it
"He's
wasn't
trying to
Though,
kill you,"
intentional.
I'm like,
to
but-
be fair, Misery misread what I wanted to do. I wanted to jump with it and hold it in front of me and just go, "Goodbye, sweet prince!"
It's alright.
Hey, I'm gonna go around looking for a cellar. Hopefully I find it because he didn't tell me where it was.
Alright.
It's outside.
For the purposes of this, roll an investigation check.
Oh god, no.
It takes you a while. You try the key in like every cellar you find. It takes
go
like a
talk
good
to him.
30 minutes.
Oh, well,
But you eventually find one that the key unlocks.
Okay.
And you make your way in. It's just it's a larder.
There's
there's
a
a-
monotone dark shades because I'm not gonna light a torch or anything. I'm just gonna use my nose and smell my
Alright.
way to the meats.
You use your nose and you sniff your way over and you find a ring of sausages kind of stuffed in a box.
I'm gonna grab the whole box. So I've
Alright.
got a strength of 21, so
It's not a
bring it-
very big box.
Oh.
It's like a crate the size of like a little bit bigger than a shoebox.
Oh. Okay. Is there any more meats?
Yes, there is.
I'm gonna grab more meats.
Alright. There's a few crates in there. There's also like a
So like a hanging haunch of like pig or cow or something.
there looks like there's like an entire flank of a
Yep.
you just can't tell what creature it is from the sight of it. But there's a large flank
Gonna
of
grab it,
something.
too.
Alright.
I want to be dressed in meats, and I'm gonna come up to the barkeep. I'm gonna hand him back his key. I say, "Where do you want the meats?"
He looks at you, I guess in the kitchen. Did you want these meats?
I'm going to procure some of these meats.
Okay.
I figured you needed more meats, because it sounds like you have no meats up here.
So he takes you back to the kitchen. You set down the meats. How much meat do you want?
I start just holding my hands out real weirdly, like maybe this much or maybe this much. The voice in my head didn't really say. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to, that's gonna make... There's no voice in my head.
He looks slightly more concerned, and the other barkeep kind of slips out the door.
You know what? Just a reasonable amount for, I don't know, 2 people.
Okay, he just starts cutting off pieces of the meat. He cuts off about 2 pounds of raw meat and cuts off like 4 lengths of sausage.
I nod agreeingly. Yes, that's meat. Good on you for understanding.
Do you want me to cook this for you?
I think I'll figure it out.
Okay, and he just like kind of puts the meat on a wooden plate and hands it to you.
Thank you. If you need any meat hauling services, feel free to ask. Bye.
He looks at the huge hunk of meat now in his kitchen.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna proceed upstairs. I'm gonna find Reen's door. I'm gonna go. Reen!
I
The
open
door
it, I open it,
breaks.
I open it. I open the door. Oh, shh, come on, jeez.
Okay, good. I was right. It was you in my head and not just some... You know, I don't like that spell. That's rude, intruding in people's minds. It gets me
Oh.
very confused.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you didn't like it all. I
Just
can
startles
refrain.
me. Then I don't know who it is.
How about this? Next time, if I ever have to do it again, I will first introduce who's speaking to you, and then second, I'll only do it in cases of emergency, or at least duress.
That works. It wouldn't mind if I could smell, but I can't tell y'all really without smell.
What? I'm sorry.
When he says that, I just kind of like put my hand up in front of his face and like wave it, like testing if he's blind or not.
I'm not blind. As in voice-wise. Y'all kind of sound the same. I don't know why I have a southern accent now.
Y'all really sound the same to me.
Y'all sound the same, but y'all fucking smell the same difference.
But, what do you do with the plate of meat?
I'm going to cut, I don't know, small chunks. So I'll do, I don't know, quarter-inch by quarter-inch cubes of meat.
We're not doing weird thing with the meat.
As you're, like, chopping up the meat, he, like, climbs up, like, the side of the desk or whatever you're chopping the meat
I
up on.
enter initiative.
And he
What?
just, like... Alright, he's going to attempt to kind of, like, grab some of the chunks of meat off of the plate while you're cutting it. You wanna...
The dragon wins the initiative. It chokes on the meat and
Murders
dies.
everyone.
The meat was too
Them.
big.
Poor thing can't
Wait,
chew.
that's the choking hazard meat.
Alright, so you can enter initiative if you want, and Dragon doesn't really notice you. He's just going for the meat. Are you gonna try to stop it?
It's going for the meat, not for Reen.
Well, what you'd see is a little silver dragonling climbs up the side of a wooden desk. You just hear pretty nasty little scraping sound as it like forces its way up the desk, and it just looks at Rain chopping meat, and you see it open its mouth, and he goes for a hunk of meat that's sort of off to the side of the plate.
Reen, why are you feared? That's the weirdest. What did you do to that rat?
That's what was in the egg.
That's an egg rat?
The dragon.
Oh, wait. Aren't they supposed to be bigger? I'm gonna poke it and go, it's a little tiny.
You poke it, it just sort of ignores you as it starts tearing into like little pieces of meat.
They do get much bigger. Like the size of this building, and then 2 and 3 times that size, probably.
Okay. I'll go get some more meats then.
Be good for now. I think this will do fine.
But it's not gonna be useful unless it's that big. Or at least kind of that big.
Give it a
Wait.
couple of years at least. Come on.
Couple of years. Oh god. You know what? I'm not gonna tell Kane. He might touch it with the sword. That'd be a bad time.
Oh, that would be a very bad thing to do.
Okay, no touching it with the sword. Understood.
That would be rule number 1. We'll start on a book, and Reen pulls out a small book. No
Rule
touching
number
with
1,
this.
no touching things with Kane's sword.
That's a dumb rule. I don't like that.
Except for things we're okay with being.
Redacted, only touch enemies with Kane's sword.
That's still a stupid rule.
I mean, Reen beats things with a sword all the time. There's a lot of touching involved.
Now that you mention it, it sounds weird when it comes out of someone's mouth. Just...
What sounds weird coming out of someone's mouth?
There's a lot of touching involved in sword fights.
Yes.
My sword's bigger than yours. By the way, Johnny's back if you were gonna message him.
Yeah, I messaged Johnny and asked him to come in.
Cool.
Come over to my room, Johnny. Shit's going
Don't I have
down.
like 3 points of exhaustion?
Oh,
Yes.
gosh, that's right.
Yeah.
Doctor.
He might not even wake up.
Johnny's dead. Yeah.
Are
He's
we-
dead on the inside.
Whatever happened to
Only there.
War Priest Drost?
Well, he said he was going to attempt to talk to the Lord, and then he'd be going back to the hero hall. It hasn't been a full day since you last seen him. Yep.
Something like
Give him time to work then.
Anyway, you get a message from Reen asking you to come in. You feel like shit, Johnny, like the worst you've ever felt. But he sounds pretty excited and tired. Laughamill, are you still outside of the
course.
inn? You're just sort of sitting outside. You see,
Staring at all the moons.
staring out of the moons, and I guess, what is your passive perception?
Why do you have to ask me this? 16.
Well, you saw Rhaegar walk out of the inn, come back covered in meat, and head upstairs. Then you saw a bartender leave immediately afterwards. You saw like 2 guards accompanying the barmaid back to the inn.
The barmaid or bartender?
It's a barmaid.
I'll get back.
Oh, same difference. Maybe it's a female bartender. Okay, got it.
The 2 guards enter. And then a couple of
You know
minutes
what?
leave,
At
they
this point,
leave.
this is a normal occurrence for this group, and
Yeah,
I'm just
this
gonna
is-
sit there and continue my prayers to my goddess. So, yeah, have fun with that shit, guys.
Just noting what you see.
Yeah.
They kind of stop and question you like, hey, what are you doing outside here? There's no loitering in this area. The other guard kind of punches them. Ah, that's fine. They can loiter all they want. It's not the royal district.
I just kind of look down my nose at them and then ignore them.
Right. Whatever. The other guard kind of tosses a copper in front of you.
I'm gonna reach over, pick it up, and say, "You dropped this."
Oh, no, it's a gift for you. You know.
You dropped this.
He kind of awkwardly takes it back.
that man will never do another kind thing in his life. How to steal the charity right out of someone.
And then they leave. Anyway, Johnny, are you getting up or are you just like gonna die in bed?
Ah, try to get up. I can die later.
Alright. Through sheer willpower, you see Johnny like half crawl into your room, Reen. He looks at you with like heavily bloodshot eyes.
Oh, Johnny, I completely forgot about that. I'm sorry.
What do you want?
I just kind of point towards the dragon.
Don't touch it with Kane's... Wait, why am I thinking you'd have Kane's... You know what? Don't touch it with your magic gun thing either.
That's a weird looking cat.
It looks at you
I'm
and
not-
chirps like its face is half covered in blood from the raw meat.
What'd you
What?
do to it?
Can I just come up in the room and identify it successfully as a dragon for once? No, I'm kidding.
We've already identified it. Us just don't know.
Yeah, I get it. You guys don't have a wisdom above 10.
I have a wisdom of 16, thank you very much.
Okay, an intelligence above 10.
I have an intelligence of 10. So you are correct, it is not above 10.
No.
So it's a dragon.
Sure. I thought those
Uh,
were supposed to be big.
Came out of a dragon egg, so I'm pretty
I
sure.
did too,
But
Kane. Or, that. I did too, Johnny, and I
you've
patched
met
on
Johnny, right?
Wait, the dragon?
What?
No.
You didn't name it Johnny, did you? Oh,
Rhaegar.
God.
No, Rhaegar.
Who the fuck
It's
are we
been a
talking?
long night.
It has been a
I
long night.
tried to blow myself up, if I need remind you.
And Johnny is basically dead right now.
I nod
Yeah,
an
yeah,
affirmation.
Just go
I
get some
poke him a
sleep.
little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna poke the damn cat. Can't stop me.
You
just
poke
say,
the cat, it kind of like
I can't
swipes
person.
at you and tries to continue eating.
I poke it again to assert dominance.
You
What does
see
he
like its little fins kind of like shrink down and it like half hisses at you. You see little tendrils of frost. He blows a little tendril of cold at you. It feels kind of soothing. It's kind of hot.
Neat.
I honestly don't know what to do, but I think I'm going to take him to the paladin that I was talking to him about, or talking to about him earlier, and see what his suggestion is. It would be safe to take this thing on the travels ahead.
I mean,
How fast it's gonna grow.
yeah, that's outside of my field of expertise. I
You-
proceed to, like, Metal Gear Solid roll out of the room since I can't walk.
Do you need some help?
Nah, I got this.
You like make it to the side of your bed. You like try to grab onto the covers and pull yourself up. The covers just slide down. It feels slightly comfortable because you're like going numb. You just give up and sleep on the side of the bed or floor.
Cool. You guys have fun with the campaign. I'm gonna spend what? The 8 hours for a long rest. I need 3 of them, so 24, a full fucking day unconscious.
All right.
I'm just gonna go into a coma for a day.
Rhaegar, I don't really know what I'm gonna do till the morning, because it's still the middle of the night, correct?
Yep.
Are you asking me? I can go get more meats.
At some point, it like eats a good 2/3 of the plate and kind of yawns and starts making it. It jumps off the table and tries to
I'm like,
scramble
oh,
underneath the
God,
bed.
I can't hear anything now.
It scrambles on your bed and just kind of curls up. It looks like it goes to sleep.
Did it not accept my alternative?
What was your alternative? The chest in the corner?
Yeah, with like a thing draped over it to make it dark.
Uh, yeah, it'll go over there. It'll check it out. It'll stick its head in for like a couple of seconds, and then it'll crawl in.
And I'll make sure to like that all of the wealth that's his is kind of over there with him. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna investigate the room to make sure nothing got misplaced.
All right.
What am I supposed to be doing? Because I couldn't hear because my internet sucks.
We're just going to sleep, I think.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to deal with it for the night, and we'll see what it's like in the morning.
If it's as big as the house in the morning, I'm going to be terrified.
That's exactly what'll happen.
All right.
I think if it's that big, you'll probably know before morning, honestly.
So you guys sleep for the rest of the night. No more disturbances.
Are you saying we get a long rest somehow by accident?
For everybody except for no, I'm just kidding. You guys all get a long rest. You guys do sleep into basically the afternoon.
I don't.
I don't. I'm an elf. I don't need a full night's rest.
I don't need to sleep.
You're all elves. You guys all don't sleep. Screw it. You guys sleep until 10 o'clock.
No, I don't sleep.
I mean,
Alright.
Only half
Laughamil
elf.
doesn't sleep.
I sleep.
I sleep.
Oh, that's okay.
I don't sleep.
You don't need to sleep.
You sketch the dragon. You're pretty sure you get all the details nearly perfect. You've got a stretch of a newborn dragling in your book. You also look over the dragon. You notice his scales are rather elongated. You're not used to seeing them this way. They're very small. Almost like similar to fish scales at this point.
While I was investigating the room for gold and everything that he may have dropped along the way, I grabbed all of the pieces of the egg and cast mending on it to try to make it one full egg again.
As you do, you notice that there are a few pieces missing. So there's a few holes in the egg.
I just put it in the chest with him. Or for whomever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the dragon's preferred pronoun is, so I don't want to misgender it. It has to for itself, the age of free.
Bob.
It identifies as a dragon.
It can be a turkey if it wants to.
Anyway, 10 o'clock. Everybody comes to. Johnny, do you decide to come to? You wake up, you still feel like shit.
Correction, I get bored once daylight comes and I wake everybody up.
Oh, no.
That blew me. Because,
You hear Laughamil knocking at your door at like 9 o'clock in the morning.
No, more like, what, 7 o'clock or whenever the fucking
Nope.
sunrise
Nope.
is?
That's all you get out of rain, at least. Nope. You need to leave.
I'll
leave?
blast the door.
I'll just close the door.
A sword comes through the door. Just sticks out of it, and
You know, I
Kane
love that it
walks
doesn't
back.
actually do the damage. It just gives a fucking block. That's appreciated.
Probably have to set it to roll attack or something instead of having the spell card response.
Luckily, I don't use it, so you know.
Yep. He sleeps through the knocking at the door.
I use message to contact to Rhaegar. Hello. Again.
Not supposed to talk out loud. Hey, I try and make interesting characters. You don't have to laugh at me that much.
But it's wonderful. Like, it fits so well, though.
It's
Man.
fun playing semi-stupid.
Well, if not out loud, how will you talk?
No!
What?
You're a mean soul. Leave me alone. Wait, don't do... I don't even know.
Do you even know who I am?
No. Shit, I'm talking to it again.
Surely you remember the name I gave you.
No, it didn't have a smell associated to it.
My smell is the same as yours. Not smell yourself?
Now,
Oh, but try.
right. I'm gonna go over to a corner in the room, sit down, and just sort of rock back and forward slightly.
Do I get XP for throwing like him into like some sort of like mental breakdown with the message?
He's not having a mental breakdown. He's keeping himself under control.
Yes,
He's dripping by morning. I'm gonna be pissed.
Tell me, what sins have you committed? Oh, you've committed a few.
And so it goes on for a while.
Yeah.
Rhaegar stops responding. he just keeps...
Slash cast Scar Soul upon.
Alright. So eventually you kind of get a knock on your door in the morning at like 9 o'clock. Then
I get up
another
and
knock.
answer it, yeah. Oh wait, no.
I will have at this point have already told the bartender that nobody else needs breakfast. We're in a hurry. No, I'm
By the
kidding.
way, there's still a sword sticking out of his door. He just left it there.
Wait, doesn't it go away if you're not touching it, though?
No, it's within 5 feet of me, and I
Oh,
imagine that the bed is within...
That's
probably like that
Okay,
close.
I'm just gonna keep on casting Eldritch Blast at the sword till it breaks again.
No! God, no.
Alright, so... outside of the door, you see Patricia, the barmaid you know. She's like... she looks around. And she doesn't see anybody else in the room. She goes, Reen, are your companions safe to be around? There's been lots of noise and... Where's Simon?
Like I said, Simon is pursuing his own interest at the moment.
Oh.
Smart
And
like
honestly,
this.
the stuff he's getting into, there wouldn't be much less noise. If you would like us to find somewhere else to stay, I can absolutely do that.
No, it's fine. Just... some of your friends have been kind of scary, and... there was a large explosion, and there's... someone said somebody in this inn set fire to one of the streets. I don't know, something... is everything alright?
I think everyone's as safe as they can be in the times that we live in.
Make a deception check. No, just kidding.
There are some things going on around in the city that are causing kind of a ruckus, and we're doing what we can to help stop those things.
Alright, well... we'll be baking some meats downstairs. For some reason there's lots of meat in the kitchen. Not sure, but...
actually,
lots of eggs, sausage, and bacon, I guess.
do you have any uncooked meat in there that I could get like 4 pounds of?
Oh, yes. Do you want some... oh, I could cook it for you. Or you could cook it yourself. But yeah, I get you some raw meat.
How about
Would you
2
prefer
pounds of each?
rare?
Cooked or rare works. Rare works.
Okay.
I also give her just 10 gold in general. This is just for everything, Trish.
Thank
Didn't
you.
Silver dragons want to only eat, like, one of them wants fancy meals, a different type of meal every day for its existence.
Do you have all your gold in that chest, Uther?
Not all of my gold. It's a separate amount that I'm keeping track of for the dragon.
Oh,
All
it's
right.
obviously what's his name's Jackson's one character had a chest of gold, right?
Yep.